How does your C program actually speak and hear through input output functions? So I am mentioning speak and hear. Speaking is what? It is an output. Hearing is what? Taking input. So let's see how these operations, what are the functions, in the sense we call them as functions interchangeably, and also operations, both are referring to same. So some functions are there for taking input from the user, and some functions are there to display the output to the user. So there are two categories of functions, IO function, that is input output functions. One is called formatted functions, another one is called unformatted functions. We'll see in details in this class what are these. So some of them already you have seen, printf and all. And scanf is the first formatted input function it is. Okay, input function, and this is basically reads formatted input. I'll tell you what is the meaning of formatted in a minute. So formatted input from the standard keyboard, standard input, that is a standard our keyboard whatever we use. So usually syntax means what? Rule. So what is the rule? Always keyword scanf should be there and followed by opening brace and closing brace here, and in every statement ends with semicolon, and there is a within double quotes there is a format specifier. I'll tell you what is the format specifier. Okay, and after this format specifier there is a comma, and then followed by ampersand, means it is indicates address. Okay, ampersand address, and this is the name of the variable. This is the syntax, we call it as a. In C, syntax means what? The scanf function should follow this particular format only. That's the meaning of it. Okay, scanf keyword, opening brace, double quotes, within double quotes, format specifier followed by a comma, then ampersand should be there. Then what is the variable in which you want to read the input. Okay, this is how this format looks like. And second, this we have already seen, printf function. Printf function is used to, this is basically write the output to the standard output, that is nothing but screen. So standard output is what? Our screen. So it's going, usually it could be console, we'll say. So for screen it is writing the output, that is a scan. These are the two functions, we call them as a formatted input output functions. So this is for input and printf is for output. Let's see in detail how this is working. So here I have mentioned just now format specifier. So these are the common format specifier. So this we have already used. %LD, basically it is used for integer type variables. So second is %LTC, and this type is used for character type variable, and %LF it is for floating type, and %LS is for array of characters. Okay, there is no separate type called string. Remember this. To read the strings, there is a separate type, and there is a type called array of character. Only character is there. We have to deal with separately with arrays. So we are going to deal with arrays separately later on. Okay. And %LD is for long integer, and %LU for unsigned integer. These are some of the common format specifier which are supposed to be used in the printf and scanf functions. So we'll see a demo here how this is going to work here, input and output. So earlier what we have seen int num equal to some number we used to mention, int num equal to, let us say 10 we used to mention, and there I am assigning the value here itself in the declaration. So instead of assigning the value here, using the scanf function, I am going to read from the user, means predefined value 10 I am doing. Instead of predefining, I am asking the user to enter his own choice. Okay, his own choice here. Right? So as I mentioned, scanf keyword is there, %L as a num is the integer type. So I am using %LD as a format specifier, followed by comma is there, followed by ampersand is there, and then variable name, that is a num variable. Right? And this printf we have already seen. Simply whatever you enclose between these double quotes, that will be printed in the console window here. Okay, printf is done, scanf is there, and what it means, so whenever this instruction is executed, it waits for the user to enter an input in the console window here. Okay, this is called console window, and this console window we have to enter that, otherwise it will be keep on waiting it. So after entering what you are doing here, you can see you have entered keyword. That means it will be printed here within the double quotes, whatever there. So percentage, in place of percentage D, whatever you enter in the console window, let us say 10 or 12 you entered, and that 12 is going to print it again here in the data. So that's how it works. So let me execute this program. You can see here. So printf statement. So this is the first instruction, and before that I declared a variable called integer num variable, which is of type integer. So as it is integer, it is a percentage D I am indicating. As usual, we have ampersand, as I already mentioned you, ampersand is there, and then number variable, what variable we declared above. So to that variable I am going to store some value here using the input. Let me run this. So next statement is int num. So this next is the printf statement. So printf statement, whatever it is there in enter an integer, it is displayed in the terminal window bottom. You can see here that is been displayed. And now I am using the scanf statement. The scanf is usually takes the input from the command window, that is the terminal window bottom. So let us say I am entering the value 12 here. So when I enter the value 12 here, it is waiting, and when I try to run this, it is going to store that value into 12, and that value 12, that variable 12, value 12 is stored in the variable num, and when I try to print that number variable, it is printed here in the bottom again. Okay, so 12 is stored in the num variable now. So now later on you can use the num variable for other purposes also within this program. Next we have unformatted IO functions. So there are different functions here. First function is getChar. So getChar is a function that reads one character from the input. Okay, only one character. You cannot enter many number of characters, more than one character. So this getChar function uses to read the one character from the user. And next is put. Put means what? You have to keep on to the screen. So this is going to write on one character to the output. That is a screen. Okay, console window you can say now. So there are other functions. Get S for string. So it takes input argument as str. So because whatever it entered in the input, it has to be read. So basically it is a one line, and usually it is not safe to use getS and putS, other function, getS and putS function. So I would suggest there are other alternatives, that is the fgetS and all. Then that is not important for you now. So these usually people won't use getS, getChar and putChar and all. Usually they go for printf and scanf functions. And we have putS function. So this writes a string to the screen. Let's see how this works here. So here I have declared one is a character ch, and second one is a character array, that is a string. Okay, so this printf is basically to print whatever I want here, and these are the comments I already mentioned. And getChar is a function which reads one character to ch, and putChar is a function which writes this character whatever you have stored in the ch to the screen, and this putChar is writing to the screen new line, right? So these are called unformatted character IO, and these are called unformatted string IO. String means what? More than one character. So get string will read the string from the user input, and you have to enter always, press enter whenever you use these functions, and putS. So let me run this code for you. So these are unformatted. First instruction is character ch, that has been executed. Now second instruction is string str variable. This is also type character. So next is printf statement. You can see bottom output is printed, enter a character, whatever including double quotes is printed. So getChar function is the one which is now executed. So when I run this, This is going to wait for us. So getChar function waits for us for giving input here. Now I have to mention input in the command window bottom. Let us say some character A I'm entering here. So when I run the next, it is taken into the CH. You can see up in the memory window, A is stored here. So here in the A is stored. And then we have a putChar. So putChar causes the character to be printed on the bottom. You can see again, because of that instruction, A is printed again here because of the put instruction. Now what I am doing, I am printing again new line. That means putChar new line means cursor will be waiting in the next window, next line. So it will go down. You can see after B it is there. Now after it is in the new line. It's waiting in the new line here. So because of this printf enter in string, so it's going to print in the new line because of the new line statement. So print enter a string up to that, it will print in the new line. There is a space also. Let me run this. You can see here enter a string is there. Cursor is waiting at the end of the string here. There are two lines here in between A and enter a string. Next, so it is getAs function now. GetAs function is waiting for input for a string. So let me enter some string here for you. So that string variable, whatever I enter, is going to store variable called str. Let us say Sagar I am entering here, and that Sagar will be stored in the str variable, which is of array type, character array type. Now I am using that str variable and trying to print using the putAs function. Now you can see again whatever I entered, that is printed here. I have not entered here. It is printed using the putAs function. This is how it works. So this is very important exercise. Simple KF bill calculator. So here is the problem statement. As I told, try to do on your own these problems so that you will understand in a better way. Okay, solution I will give later on in a separate document. You can verify your solution, but don't copy this solution for this problem from anywhere. Okay, the problem is like this. A small KF wants a quickly calculate the bill for a single item order. Okay, so you have to write the C program for that. So what it has to do, ask the user to enter first name of the item, user to enter, I am asking. Okay, understand the words clearly. Ask the user to enter name of the item. It's a single word, don't take multiple words. And then followed by price of the item, so usually in rupees, and quantity, how much you want to purchase it, is going to purchase it. Okay, these are all the input you need to take. And then you have to think here, what are the data types of name, what are the data type, what could be data type price, and what could be data type of quantity. Then later on, calculate the total bill. So total bill equal to what? Price into quantity, this you know. So here into I am using in normal mathematics. You think what is the operator that can be used for multiplying in C language. Similarly, display the total bill of the amount using the printf. And also ask the feedback yes or no, only single character using the getChar function, and also display it back using the putChar.